Parties Podcast, WATP.
The Fighter and the Kid with Bryan Callen and Brendan Schaub had Timmy No Brakes. Timmy No Brakes is a comic. He does stand-up. He's known for Kill Tony, but he came from the world of improv. He does characters, and he comes on the show, and I love that immediately he gets into like, man, people really hate you guys. What's that all about?
I mean, you guys know hate. I have questions about that.
What do you got?
Oh, please.
Well, why are you guys hated so much? Like, why do you guys get all this hate?
Why do we get hate so much?
Yeah.
We've been around for 14 years.
Forever.
And so what happens?
And then how do you deal with that? Like, what?
We don't.
You're just like, fuck it at this point?
No, we shouldn't say we don't, because I think forever, like, you get advice from like Rogan, bigger dogs, and you're like, just ignore all of it. Just don't. And there's that aspect of it. You don't want to like read all the comments nonstop. But like with the Reddit group we have now, it's like Nick Simmons, he's like, man, I think you guys should like shine some light on it. Like it's this elephant in the room. Like, it's not a bad thing. There's actually some really funny stuff on there.
So Brendan's got a whole new strategy dealing with the hate. You hear Bryan just go, yeah, man, it's just because we've been around a long time, so that's what happens, and nothing's going to change.
Don't deal with it.
Yeah, don't deal with it. And Brendan's like, no. There's this subreddit that everyone goes to, and they clown us. And so I think we should start addressing the subreddit. And I think this might be a good strategy for Brendan Schaub if he can handle it well.
But,
well, we're going to find out how that works out throughout this interview. But first, let's find out more about how this subreddit came to be and what's really fueling it.
And that Reddit group started off as a fucking, they were big fans of the show.
Yeah.
Somehow got infiltrated, and there's some evil people.
Well, if you look at the Kill Tony subreddit, it's the same thing.
It's evil, but you can't let the few evil people dictate all of it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of it's stuff
like you get more love than hate. I'm sure you get hate.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so Brendan's got to be immediately like everyone gets hate, right? You get hate too, for sure. Now, the reason why the subreddit started is because they disabled comments on YouTube. So the subreddit wasn't necessarily like fans. I mean, there are people watching the show, so there's that.
Sure.
But I think it's people who wanted to discuss what was going on with the show and didn't have another outlet. So they're like, all right, we'll start up a subreddit and talk about this. And so they kind of created this monster by turning off comments to begin with.
yeah, you're asking for it.
Never a good move.
No.
And I get it. Your feelings get hurt when you read through those comments sometimes.
But Brendan said somehow the subreddit got infiltrated.
It got infiltrated by evil people.
By the evil people.
The evil people
All right.
infiltrated.
I can see how he can deal with this then.
It was like a Donnie Brasco sleeper cell situation they've been working on
Right.
a long time.
And I get it. I've been around long enough to understand why he would use a word like evil. There are people who fuck with people in real life. And Brendan Schaub has sued, and I think is actively suing Unique, a YouTuber, for playing clips and making fun of him. So Brendan Schaub doesn't handle these things very well. He has a history of that. But to label these people evil because they're goofing on you is usually a stretch. But Brendan is going to cope pretty hard here.
Yeah, a lot of work.
You've been famous for 6 months.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it famous.
Well, but I'm saying you've hit people's radar in the past 6 months.
Yeah, it was nothing.
So the hate, it doesn't get less. The more successful you get,
for sure.
Like
100%.
Like Tony gets a ton of hate, right? He's very famous.
A ton.
No one gets more hate than Joe Rogan. Very famous. So it's like it comes with the territory.
See, this is where you lose me, Brendan. You started out on the right footing there.
Let me say it a little clearer for you. You don't boo zeros.
Right. That's what he's saying now. Joe Rogan gets more hate than we do. He also gets way more love.
Yeah.
Than you guys do. Now he's just equating like all famous people get tons of hate. And this is pure cope.
Yes.
It reminds me of Stuttering John when he says all these people are just jealous. That's why they make fun of me. But then he can't figure out why we're not going after George Clooney. So George Clooney's more famous than me. Why aren't you guys going after him? Oh, maybe it's not jealousy. Maybe it has nothing to do with jealousy. Is that possible, John? Maybe we like clowning you because you suck.
Yeah, and you take it so poorly that it's fun.
And Brendan Schaub sits there and he goes, well, it's just famous people get hate. That's just how this works. So Rogan gets hate. He goes, you haven't been famous very long. Trust me.
Yeah,
You'll start getting
my
hate.
elderly parents know who Joe Rogan is. I don't think they've heard of Brendan Schaub.
Well, I think that's what he's saying. Rogan gets more hate than Schaub does.
Oh, okay. I thought he was putting himself in the same league. All
Well,
right.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I heard.
No, I know. It's ridiculous. And I just want to zoom out for a minute and introduce everyone to Timmy No Brakes. Timmy No Brakes is this character that's similar to like a Dice Clay kind of guy. And he's been on Kill Tony. He crushes it on there. And Madison Square Garden show from 3 months ago, he came out. So he's in front of a packed Madison Square Garden. So you got to give this guy credit. He's got some balls. This bit that he's doing is, I think, very funny. His YouTube channel has 122,000 subscribers, and he comes out in front of this audience and pretends that he's like Dice doing his greatest hits. You know, I've seen Dice before, and people insist he do the nursery rhymes, and everyone's like chanting it along with him. And comics hate that. They want there to be an element of surprise to the punchline. That's how comedy works. But sometimes guys just go, this is what you want. Fine.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Let's do this thing. And so that's kind of the premise that we have here for this routine that I think is very funny.
He's supposed to be in Salt Lake City. Oh my God, there he is. The newest icon. Make some noise for Timmy No Brakes.
Release the doves. Okay, fuck, the doves are dead. I thought leather was more breathable. Let's cut that. Let's take it from the top, guys. Fuck. Shut the fuck up. Guys. Tonight, I'm playing my hits. You know these? You love these. Yell the punchlines out. I recently found out you can get an erection after you die. Yeah. So Bruce Willis could. Die hard. Guys, what the fuck? These are my hits. Let's fucking go. I put my dick in a glory hole the other day. Turns out my sister was on the other side. I'm like, why am I doing this? In my house. Guys, these are my fucking hits. Let's go. This is embarrassing. Last chance, you dumbass retards. I got an STD the other day. Yeah. It was the AIDS. Fuck. Sorry, Tone, I'm sorry. I relinquished my time. I'm a little stressed, you know? You said MSG, I went to fucking Chinatown. I almost didn't make it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Timmy No.
So, that's just one example of what Timmy No Brakes does. Very talented guy, very unique and clever bits that he does. So as Brendan and Bryan are saying, we've been around a long time, so we have all these haters, and the more famous you get, the more haters you get. He makes a really good point.
The time, and inevitably there will be a time where it just doesn't go as well.
Yeah.
I'll probably, like, if people hate on that, I'll probably feel bad. But now when, like, people, like, just, like, somebody just out of pocket will be like, this fucking sucks, it's funny to me.
Yeah,
like, it's
of
not,
course.
it's not, because I'm like, it doesn't suck.
But see,
It was
for
good.
So it's amazing how you can deal with that when you're like, oh, no, I have confidence in my product, and I know it's doing very well, and a lot of people enjoy it. So if you don't like it, then whatever. And that's the thing that Brendan and Bryan do not have. Brendan and Bryan are like, why do they hate it so much? Shut off the comments. Stop them. Stop them from talking. Sue them. Stop it. Come on. Don't make fun of us.
They seemed like politicians. As soon as he brought up the question, they didn't even let him finish it or ask a specific question. He was just like, the hate, and they just started controlling this story because there are cameras on, and they needed everyone to know what the truth is. And the truth is what he just said. They don't have a sense of humor about it, and that's it.
And so Bryan, I don't even know why he brings this up, because this doesn't change anything.
And so for me, I never knew any, like the Reddit thing. I swear to God, I didn't know it exists. My wife was like, it's in the hundreds of thousands or something. And I was like, what is? And she's like, there's a whole fighter in the kids subreddit, which I had actually no idea about until it was coming after him to that extent.
Bryan's just unaware of this stuff. Can you believe I didn't even know this was going on? So what?
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. And then he has to throw Brendan under the bus. And then my wife's just like, yeah, they really hate your co-hosts over there. That's the thing they're all talking about. He's like, oh, well, thanks for letting me know. I had no idea what was happening. So Brendan, of course, has come to this epiphany and finally figured it out.
But the more you look into it, like they have some valid points.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
when they're like, dude,
that was the point I was going to make.
Yeah, they're like, this show used to be fun. Now you guys gotten so political. And that's on me and Bryan. Like during COVID, like it was a tough time, and like we were pissed off living in California, man. So the show did get
your audience doesn't want to see that. They don't want to hear you brag. They don't want to hear you fucking talk about your political opinion. They're here for comedy to be and they want you to be a jackass.
They have a valid point.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how it started with, as you pointed out, Adam? Well, it's just we've been around a long time. We're super famous. All famous people have haters. Joe Rogan has more haters than we do. And then as they're talking through it, Brendan's like, and they actually brought up some really good points. The show's kind of been shitty lately, and we could do better.
And yet Bryan sounds so defensive.
Bryan's
talking
so
over
defensive.
him.
Bryan does not want this. He's not on board with this strategy.
No.
Obviously. I don't know if he's trying to protect his buddy Brendan Schaub again, like you're going to get hurt. Don't try to replace these people.
Maybe.
You're just going to get hurt again.
Remember last time?
Yep, you know how this goes. Well, Timmy actually brings up Gringo Papi. And that, of course, is the stand-up show that is the worst-rated stand-up show in the history of stand-up specials that Brendan Schaub performed. And props to Timmy. He tries to give Brendan some credit here.
Some of them are just so over the top mean that it's funny.
Yes.
It's just so preposterous.
I know.
You know what's funny? Okay, so 2 years ago, somehow, like, I think I don't know, like I pulled up Gringo Papi again or something. Mm-hmm. I wrote a comment 2 years ago defending you.
Oh, brother.
Randomly. I was like
lit up.
No, nobody, like, it was just because it didn't. I was like watching it again. I'm like, this isn't like that. Is it the best stand-up special? No, but like it made no sense. The level of hate that it was getting.
But some of it,
it was like they were jokes, you know, like so.
And I've only been doing it like not that long. But the issue is to give some of them credit.
So your guest is helping you out. I wrote a couple of years before I even knew you. It's not that bad, and fucking Brendan Schaub already can't do this well, where he's like already being defensive about it.
Yeah, that's the Brendan I know.
Right. So he's trying to change his ways, but he can't because it's not his real personality. And he gets even more defensive here.
Is like when I went on Schultz's show and he's like, they're talking about the special. He's like, it's not a Bill Burr special. And then I went, whoa, hold on. But nobody in here is. So if you're holding me to that standard, because I hang out with Bill, I hang out with Bryan, or I hang out with Joey Diaz or Rogan, or Theo and Chris, my best friends are great comics.
All right.
So I think Andrew Schultz was trying to be polite.
Yes.
Be like, it's not the greatest special, but who are you, Bill Burr?
Yeah.
And instead, Brendan takes it just like, yeah, but you're not Bill Burr either. He's like, yeah, I know. That's not what I was just trying to give you some credit
what
here.
What would StutJo do?
Yeah, it's like you could tell that Brendan Schaub's not going to do well with this new strategy of like leaning into it.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly defending himself. In fact, later on in the program, this gets brought up again and he's defending it some more.
It's the thing. People are like, oh, it's an hour. That was just, it was 22 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah.
It wasn't an hour.
Yeah. You know what I think really kind of fucked you a little bit?
What's that?
Was the way the set looked. Because it looked like the buildings, it just looked a little cheap with the cardboard cutout. And I think that
my
was
thing
something
was also
that
with
people
Brendan, it's
came
like,
at.
you don't have to do a special. Like most people don't do a special until they're 10 years in. It's like, there's no reason to do it right now because it's all downside.
I love that. So Brendan's going, it was only 22 minutes long. People act like it's an hour-long special. That sucked. I mean, I got in and out pretty quick on there. And you have Timmy going, yeah, the set probably didn't help. Yeah, it wasn't conducive to laughs and everything. And Bryan Callen just goes, he shouldn't have done that.
Right.
That was really stupid that he even did a special to begin with.
I grounded him after.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Uh-oh.
Because earlier in the program, before the clip we just saw, it gets brought up about like Showtime offered you a special. Did you ever think to like maybe turn it down because you weren't ready?
Like, I don't know. Like you're doing, like you've been, how long you been doing stand-up though?
So I was an improv guy, but stand up I'm coming up on 3 years. So
you're fairly new. So imagine
Very new.
So was I. But imagine 2 years into it, Showtime comes to you and gives you a big paycheck.
I tried to talk him out of it.
Yeah. Did people try to talk you out of it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did people try to talk you out of it? Oh, yeah, for sure. And Brian's sitting there going, yeah, I told him not to.
Yeah.
Told him multiple times not to take that special.
But he's looking at him like a man rolled up with a shiny ice cream truck and told me to get in back. How could I not? Wouldn't you? And the guy's like, no, I might wait till I'm ready.
Right.
That's my parents told me not to do shit like that.
Which is why I wanted to play you at Madison Square Garden, because this guy is just popped onto the scene recently and he's already so comfortable in front of a huge audience like that to perform an act that doesn't get right to the punchline. Like there's some build to it, which is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
To do something like that.
It's not easy.
So he's very comfortable.
I imagine.
And so I imagine he's sitting there looking at Brendan Schaub going, yeah, I mean, you could have just said no because you special wasn't going to come out very good. You weren't very good at it. And so it comes up like, yeah, so why did you do it?
Oh yeah.
We almost got a fight over it.
What made you decide to be like, all right, was it the money mostly or was it?
All right, so listen to this answer. Because Brendan doesn't know what his answer is. What did make you do it? Was it the money? Because that's what he said. They handed him a bunch of money. But listen,
So he wanted to bring comedy to Saudi Arabia.
No, you're thinking of a whole different guy. On this
shit.
one.
Okay.
Mostly, or was it?
No, I always do my own thing. Because I knew I'd get hate from it, but it's like, this is a good opportunity, and it's just what I'm going to do.
He should have listened, but you were a little cocky. That's all. You were young.
So did you do it for the money? No. I just do what I want to do. I just don't listen to other people, and I knew it was going to suck, but I just did it because that's what I do. That's not a good answer at all. A better answer would be, yeah, I did it for the money. Be a way better answer.
And saying 22 minutes doesn't help. It makes it seem like you shouldn't have done it even more.
Yeah.
Because you weren't ready.
I imagine that means they cut out things that were even worse than what we saw in the special.
Right.
Because no one goes up and does 22 minutes for their special. The headliners never do that. And Brian, you could tell, is still angry at Brendan Schaub for really dragging their podcast through the mud with these stand-up specials that he did.
You have a lot of confidence, but also arrogance in that sense, in that time. Like our biggest strength is a lot of times our biggest weakness. He's kind of fearless, and I've always loved that about him. Like, he's truly fearless.
He has to talk to him like he's a kid. Yeah. Now, he shouldn't have done that. He was being a little arrogant, but sometimes I like that about him. He has a lot of self-confidence, and he'll go try and do whatever he wants to try to do. Sometimes that hurts him. His biggest strength is his weakness, or his biggest weakness is his strength.
We don't say stupid. We say he's fearless. We say he's fearless.
Right. Yeah. Then, and this happens a while after this conversation, but I love this, that Timmy asks, hey, so did you stop doing stand-up? Because as we know, Brendan Schaub famously quit stand-up and said it's because I just need to spend more time with my family, my kids, my oldest needs me getting kicked out of his Little League games.
Just going to say, I'm not getting kicked out of enough games.
Right. It's very important that I be around him when this is happening. So I don't know if Timmy's doing this innocently or if he knows what he's doing. I think he probably knows what he's doing.
Seems pretty smart.
Yeah, I think he's feeding us homeless cats with this.
I got a question. That I want to add. Did you stop doing stand-up?
Yes, sir.
Why'd you stop?
Few reasons. The biggest was just the time commitment. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't.
It is a lot of time.
I have 3 kids, right? Young kids.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of it is like, you know the hustle, especially you right now. But Callan, same. Yeah. Where the tour sucks, but it's really like you got to work during the week too. And so I was missing a ton of stuff with my kids. A ton, man.
You just did. You never liked traveling.
I hate traveling, but
Pride's always got his back. Yeah. Remember, you also don't like traveling. Remember, that was another excuse that you had. Oh, right. Don't like the travel.
And COVID quarantine. Remember to mention quarantine.
Yeah, don't forget about that, Brendan. So, Brendan, time commitment was too much. Those kids are so important to him. But he will move them to Austin.
Yeah, that'll solve everything.
Keep the fighter and the kid going where none of their friends are, and they have to uproot their lives. Neither here nor there.
And Brian's like, I told him not to.
And Brian also told him not to do that.
The school systems are better, remember, better weather.
But the best is Timmy following up with that. So he's not just going to let that sit there with like, oh, the kids. So Timmy's like, well, did it have anything to do with the hate?
Since I'm able to stop it, I'm okay. So I didn't have to do it. When you don't have to do it, it's like I can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out of stand-up, especially me. Like I have to be all in. I couldn't be all in.
Yeah. And did like the hate get to you too, and like make you?
No,
So it wasn't that.
No,
You could
I'm
have
sure they'll
kept
take
doing
credit
it.
for. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at it as almost a positive thing. Like, damn, I can step away from stand-up and my life doesn't change financially. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can always go back to it too. Do you think you'll go back or
Never.
That's the best. That is the best part of this. Why did you quit? Because I need to spend time with my kids who are young and growing up. Right. Oh, okay, so you'll go back to it? Never.
Yeah. Plus, he has to be all in, all 22 minutes in.
Right, yeah. He didn't commit to it ever in his life.
Who are these podcasts?